Thanks for posting the videos. Very interesting to watch. Hope you all have a good day. Hey guys, if you write a nice comment under the latest video you get the chance to be shown in the next video. What trend did you follow as a kid that makes you cringe now? You guys remember in the early mid 2000s when we all had graphic tees with stick figures that said sarcastic things? Yeah, I was hoping you guys forgot. Neon fishnet fingerless gloves. Mom told me I'd be embarrassed about in the future. Mom was right. Being mean to the slightly annoying kid just trying to fit in. Those nylon breakdancing pants with all the zippers. Those zippers hurt. I honest to God had a mullet and I wore cut off tank tops. Buying and trading silly bands. There was an elementary school black market for literal rubber bands. Fing perms and sunin that I put in my red hair that made it a crazy orange color. Ugh. I remember the movie You Got Served came out. I watched it once and thought it was cool and would say you got served to people. Which makes me cringe, but smile at how much a dork I am. The emo slash scene trend of the early 2000s. I was in high school, I'm black, female, and wearing band t-shirts, going to tiny, packed concerts, jumping around in the mosh pit, and meeting band members made me feel unique. I even met Brendan Urie when he was a baby-faced 18-year-old on their first big tour with Fall Out Boy, and felt really cool talking about it after they blew up. I remember taking emo pictures of myself with my flip phone and putting them on MySpace. I even titled them emo pics of me. Edit, a word edit too. I appreciate all the love, y'all. I was far from ever being cool, still am not remotely cool, but definitely grew out of the music and so-called lifestyle. Edit 3, I have never had so many replies. I'm in the middle of a big move, but I promise you, fellow emo kids, I'll read them all. I bought into the classic 90s trends that immediately come to mind: the butterfly clips, frosted lips and eyes, platform shoes, all very Spice Girls. I'm having to relive it because my 12-year-old is now into the same things, except instead of pulling back strands of hair with butterfly clips, she's clipping them haphazardly throughout her entire mane. I cannot wait for the trend to die. Bowl cuts. For me, JNCOs. I wanted a chain wallet, but my mom wouldn't let me have one. I now understand why. Late 90s when everything had stripes on the side. Shirts, jeans. Yeah, that and the bull chain necklace. Brightly colored plaid Bermuda shorts. The 2000s were a strange time. I had a long belt that hung down over my crotch like an elephant trunk. Also wore gym shorts under my jeans for pickup games, even though I only ever played 3v3 with my friends on the weekend. Lol. Nothing said suave like a popped collar on a Ralph Lauren polo shirt. The Naruto bandana. The Ed Hardy t-shirts. In 8th grade to sophomore year, the emo and scene queen phase was huge. I was that one emo girl who had to shop at Kohl's. I used to wear those black button-down shirts with fire at the bottom, like the kind Guy Fieri wears. I don't know if it was an actual trend or not, but it still makes me cringe. Tight rolling jeans, slap bracelets, hyper collar shirts. Being the only kid in my class to take care of a Tamagotchi. Wearing skirts over jeans. Osiris shoes, SMH. Thinking that hating popular things made me cool. Early 2000s when wearing two belts was a thing for a bit. Neither in the belt loops, totally non-functional. The thing where you would keep one sleeve long and the other one rolled up. I mean, really looking at it now, crotch chopping and telling people to suck it was really my generation's version of the dab. When I was like 13 I wore Jane shorts, a black band t-shirt, torn up suit jacket, an old knotted mustard yellow tie and Chuck Taylors. One day a girl I liked said that I must be a huge Avril Lavigne fan and I almost died from embarrassment. Baggy clothes, buying everything L size when I should been wearing S. Sagging my pants because a kid told me you don't have to wear them that high, and I was afraid of being bullied for high waters after that, thinking that my clothes had to have a polo, couldn't be USPA logo on it, or be plastered with a Abercrombie & Fitch, Aeropostale, American Eagle, still wear their jeans though lol I love the stretch ones they make, or Hollister logos all over it for it to be considered swag. Also, my obsession with Jordan shoes, often dreaming of the day I'd be able to buy 100s of them. I was so obsessed with trying to dress a certain way to appear trendy. Now I couldn't care less about that stuff lol. I rock clothing from Walmart, those color assorted t-shirt packs are great lol, and H&M, and until my shoes, usually Vans, give out entirely, I keep wearing them. It's all fun when your parents are spending their money, but as I got older, I realized I didn't have money to be wasting on useless stuff like a Jordan collection right now lol. Bonus, I was one of the many people that dyed their hair like Odell Beckham when he first came into the league. Didn't even know who he was at first, thought he was a Linebacker, but he had cool hair, so I got it just like his blonde curly mohawk thing. I was the first one at my school to do it, and people thought it was the coolest thing lol. Then it caught on. Kids asked me how I did it, and were telling me I looked like Odell, and almost every boy was walking around with blonde, dyed hair later that year in my school lol. Everyone in my class except one student, note I'm a teacher, still likes the whip and nay nay. Both me and that student still cringe at school dances when that song plays and everyone dances to it. Stucking your pants into your socks. No idea how the FK anyone thought that looked good. Way too many. 1. Oversized t-shirts with jeans tucked in at the front with the back hanging out. 2. Tight shirt, jean shorts, under oversized jogging pants, making sure you see the top of the jeans, and Tim's 3. Suspenders. 4. Bubbles in my hair, child hair clips, in high school. 5. Gelled down to my forehead baby hair. 6. Brightly colored clothing. 7. Changing my shoelaces to brightly colored ones that matched my outfit. 8. Ugly oversized earrings, some saying baby girl in the middle of them. 9. Then I had a phase of emo bangs. And here we are today, as normal as I can hope to be. I used to have a fake Facebook account and me with my friends used to go to troll on Justin Bieber's fandom pages to offend everybody and street like that. I was 13. Don't judge me please. Being that depressed edgy kid who hated everything and everyone, there is nothing more embarrassing than remembering how stupid you really were when trying to look cool. I feel like a lot of girls went through the phase of dressing like a boy, you know, hating dresses and the color pink, and wanting to be different-y. Well, I took it a step further. I'd wear ties with all my outfits, and pretend I was really into Hot Wheels and street like that. YTF did I do that? It literally makes my whole being cringe just thinking back to that time. I wore a fucking fedora for over a year. People had no clue what my hair looked like because I never took that fucker off. When I took it off one day in English to scratch my head, my teacher stopped mid-sentence and just said, "I've never seen your hair before. You have such gorgeous curly hair that any of these girls in here would kill for, and you cover it with that hat?" And honestly, that was a turning point. Literally taking off that fedora for the last time really helped me out of my edgelord phase. Not a trend, but I would always ask for nobody to curse. BC, I was just a kid. A year later, I would be using the word beep in place of a swear. Now here I'm not even taking a sentence without letting something out. Five Nights at Freddy's trend. As an 11-year-old, I thought it'd be a great idea to make a Five Nights at Freddy's mod with Justin Bieber in it. So I made just that and uploaded it to Gamma Jolt. Next thing I know, YouTubers made a video on it. I was happy as an 11-year-old. Looking back now, it's the cringiest thing I ever made, and I could see the awkwardness on the YouTubers' faces. They seemed disappointed in the lack of content, but sadly that's all I could do with text mod. Not much a trend, but a phase. For a good year, I was secretly an I'm very smart / wrong generation type of kid, as I would just mock and all over modern tastes, wishing I was born in a cooler time while thinking I was a genius among men that was smarter than everyone around. However, I was rather shy and a loner, so not many people even knew. Looking back at it, I just want to smack some sense into my younger self. Apparently kids in the 70s didn't do anything cringeworthy. That's because disco sucked and all the cringe there wasn't any left to go around. Not really a trend, just me being lame. But I was in elementary school when the Harry Potter books were still coming out. This was like 2003. I went to school many times, dressed like Harry Potter. And before you ask, no, it was not anywhere near Halloween, and I guess my mom just didn't care. I even put a lightning bolt tattoo my mom got at the store for me on my head one day. Still cringe hard about it to this day. At least I wasn't alone. I had a friend that did it with me. He couldn't really read that well, but he enjoyed the first movie and the games. In the 90s during junior high, it was cool at my school to wear your shirts inside out. Also low riding your pants or shorts below your hole was a sign of coolness. I combined them both. It was amazing.